Back with another video, and I will be making some Great Northern beans. Some call them Great Northern, some call them white beans. I call them Great Northern beans. As you know, any bean that I cook, I have soaked that bean overnight. So here is my bowl of the Great Northerns that has been soaking overnight. You see the difference in the consistency in the bean when you soak it. This is the bean dried, and this is the bean soaked. See the difference? Okay, let's get these beans rinsed and on the pot. First, I will be adding in my smoked turkey necks into this pot. I will be adding in, maybe I should move my pan over here so we both can see. Okay, so let's add in those smoked turkey necks. I will be adding in some white onion, bay leaf, serrano pepper. I'm going to cut those real thinly, real small. You can add as many onions as you like. This is more so for the flavor. I'm gonna go ahead on and turn on my fire. Get ready to get these turkey necks going. I'm going to go in with my white onion. I will be going in with 2 cups of water, but first let me add my seasonings. And while I'm already slicing up my vegetables, let me go ahead on and add in my serrano pepper. Adding in a serrano pepper. Y'all already know what that serrano pepper is going to do. It's going to give it what? A wonderful kick. For those that like that little kick, serrano pepper's in. I will be adding in a bay leaf. Adding in my bay leaf. Turn that fire down. I will be going in with some Apollo, garlic powder, black pepper, a little of Lawry's, and a little onion powder. Okay, this is what you're going to have once you have seasoned your smoked meat. And those are smoked turkey necks. I'm going in with 2 cups of water, just enough to cover your meat. I'm going to bring that fire up to a 5 and allow those turkey necks to cook down, get considerably tender. Then I will be adding in my Great Northern beans. This is the time of year that we want something warm, comforting, yet wonderful tasting to eat and enjoy. So it's a really quick recipe for those that love beans as such as I do. And those are the recaps on the seasonings. El Polo, onion powder, garlic powder, little Lawry's, little black pepper. What I will do for my oil for my meat is I will be going in with a tablespoon of baking grease. Who else saves their bacon grease? So I will be going in with 1 tablespoon of bacon grease. Okay? And we're going to allow that to cook. I want that to come to a brisk boil. Once that pot has came to a brisk boil, I will then put the cover on it. Such a habit to clean as I go. And we're going to allow that pot to come to a great boil. While that pot is coming to a great boil, I'm going to go ahead on, since my beans have been soaking overnight, I'm going to give them a good rinse. Drain that water off. Allow those beans to continue to soak in that water just until I'm ready to get them on. Great Northern beans are one of the quickest beans to cook. So that is why you want to go ahead and cook your smoked meat first. So you want to drain your beans really well, because as you drain them, you will see the shell of the bean that will attach from the bean. Once those beans have been soaked, there will be a shell from those beans that will attach from those beans. So you want to rinse those until you see no more shells coming from your water. I'll try and show you, because the shells will automatically float up to the top. So let's see if I can show you what I mean by rinsing your beans until you have no more shells coming off. Do you see those? Those are the shells that will come off of your beans. Okay? So I'm rinsing these beans to ensure that I have all the shells off. Rinsing those in cold water Okay, I have all my shells off. I'm going to give you a recap again on the benefit that you obtain from soaking your beans. This is the dry bean, and this is the soaked bean. The dry bean versus the soaked bean. You see the difference? It's a big difference. The dry bean versus the soaked. So once that pot comes to a brisk boil, I will then add the beans in. Well, no, I'm going to cover the top. I'm going to put the lid on it. Put the lid on it. Those smoked turkey necks are going to cook for about 45 minutes prior to me adding my beans. The aroma is beginning to pick up. I'm having a wonderful aroma coming from that pot. I'm going to give it a good stir. Judging from what I could see, I would love to have a little more pepper in there. So I'm going to add a little more pepper. You want to see your pepper in your water. You want to be able to see your pepper in the water. And I'll come back step by step when these smoked turkey necks have cooked and became nice and tender to where I can put my fork predominantly through. Then I will add in my Great Northern beans that has been soaked overnight. And that, my darling, is the great start to a wonderful and amazing pot of Great Northern beans. That water is coming to a boil. It's really simple. Once that pot comes to a great boil, can y'all see in that pot? Trying to get you in that pot. Okay. See if I can get this one in there. Okay, can y'all see in that pot? That water is coming to a nice boil. You see that boil? That's what you want. When that water comes to that boil, you will then go ahead and place your cover on your pot, reducing your fire down to a 3. And that's it. Once those smoked turkey wings are halfway done cooking, I will then add in my beans and they will cook the rest of the way with the Great Northern beans inside. And she's at a great boil and will boil there for the next 45 minutes. And I'll join you back with the next step.